Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This time a review of set 71851, Kai's Dragon Mech Battle Pack. The set has 85 pieces, retails for $10, and it comes with 3 figures, Kai, Sora, and an Earth Monster. And it released this year, of course, with the newest Dragons Rising Wave in January. And I gotta say, like, it's a nice little set for 10 bucks, you know, one little mech, 3 figures. But 2 years back, we got a Jay's, mech battle pack or whatever. And that came with 4 figures. Came with, came with 2 ninja characters still, but it came with 2 like wolf mask warriors as well. And I still don't think it's really a battle pack in like the sort of Lego Star Wars sense of like you buy 3 or 4 maybe and you have a little army, because then you end up with 4 Kais and 4 Soros. But I think it would have been nicer to include just one more Earth monster or one of the other enemy faction guys released this wave, the mutation monster, the like acid snake guys. Just one of them could have been included as the second enemy figure. But box art shows sort of a foresty background with the mech in action with the 3 figures. Top of the box shows the new Kai figure in 1:1 scale. Side of the box shows Kai, in action in the same suit, just with a different mask. And then the back shows him getting into the mech and just a different foresty background. And then you pop it open with the push tab right there. Inside the box is 2 bags plus loose pieces for the dragon wings of the mech. And then the instruction manual shows off the other sets of the wave. The like ninja headquarter battle, the dragon of life, transforming car, which I will have reviews on maybe the car at some point if it goes on a sale. But let's get this set built. All right, now that the set is built, let's take a look at the figures. First off, the namesake of the set, Kai in his dragon form. So he's similar to the dragon form ninja of the Spinners, released this year, at least for this torso and below. He's got the dragon head printed on his chest with some scale detailing tipped in gold for all the scales going up, as well as armor. Then little dragon feet or dragon claws on the feet, plus some scale detailing on the knees, and then dragon-y kind of detailing at the end of the sash for his belt. And then the back of his armor, or the back of his torso, has some more scaling and then like some more conventional armor right up top. And then he has the actual dragon mask, which I'm mostly a fan of. I think it really works best when it is using this side of the head. I think it's probably one of the goofier looking masks if you just go using that. But I like the little dragon horns and the scale going up the middle of it. It's definitely not the least favorite mask I've ever seen, but it's not up there as one of my favorites. Like, it's probably the weakest part of the new dragon suits to me is when they get the mask, because I do like the printing of the dragon scales and everything for armor. Next is Sora, and she yet again doesn't get the same sort of suits as the other 5-6 ninja, depending on when Jay obviously gets reincorporated back into getting regular ninja suits. But she looks very good. It's, a newer design, and I definitely like this one. I don't think I've ever disliked a Sora figure. I think they've all looked nice. I like her color scheme and everything. But I think I really like this one. I like the robe of it and everything. She's got the little golden knee pads, little cat on the belt, the little pendant going down on her left side, right side for us, or right side if you're looking at her. And then this figure has one of my preferred sort of shoulder pieces for holding swords. I don't know, I just like when they're stacked side by side like this. I think it looks really good. The back is nothing special. It's just, a little cat icon and a bit of just detailing, so it's not just flat white cloth. And then she does have 2 facial expressions, a smile with her elemental powers activated, and an angry face, no elemental powers. So definitely another good Sora figure, yet again. I don't think they've made a bad one so far. And then lastly, you've got the Earth Monster, and he's looking very nice. He is identical in terms of chest and leg printing to the Earth Monster included in one of the spinners, which makes sense. That's how all the sort of basic henchmen are, you know, they don't stray in design. But he does use a different headpiece, which is actually used as a weapon by the other Earth Monster in the spinner set. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but I like how it looks, you know. It gives him more height, makes him maybe slightly more imposing. And, you know, he's got to take on 2 ninja and a mech, so he needs that. Then he's got a short little hammer thing, which I like. Though, you know, it's not the most intricate build ever. It's 5 pieces total. I think it works as a little hammer. All in all, a good figure lineup, though I stand by what I said in the intro. I think there should be one more Earth Monster, or if you want to, a Mutation Monster, or the Acid Monster, though probably, I guess, not that one. I would imagine with the snake pieces, that's maybe the most expensive to produce. Not that really, you know, it'd be a difference of a few cents, really, per figure. Not crazy, but call it a battle pack. I think just throw in one more little henchman figure, and it wouldn't be that big a deal. And it certainly, I don't think, would hurt Lego's budget or anything. Then, moving on to the mech itself, it's obviously very simple. It's a $10 mech. It's not going to be crazy. But while these mechs, you know, are not my preferred ones for, like, display or even building, I think I get more enjoyment out of the larger mechs. They're more fun to put together for me. These ones are fun to mess around with. You know, they always have lots of posability. You know, everything's on a ball joint, so you can get crazy poses. And due to the nature of it being a very small, light set, you can get away with some wacky poses where it's able to stand and do stuff. So it's definitely, you know, another fun little mech to kind of mess around with a bit, have a bit of fun. And, you know, a kid would definitely get, I would say, probably a fair bit of enjoyment out of it as well. But he's got the big molded wings on the back, which can be, you know, maneuvered in all kinds of different ways, as well as the big flame tail on the back, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I think the wings were enough. I think the tail is a little bleh. Not the biggest fan of just molded pieces just being chucked on, but it's not the end of the world. Like I said, there's ball joints on everything, so each arm can move up there and then move down there, rotate every which kind of way. 2 claws for the hands, so it's not really going to be holding anything. The little spikes on the shoulders you can see, and then the little translucent orange on the legs. Feet are pretty simple. They've got the little claws being achieved there from that one molded piece, which, you know, will work. And then you've got some clips right there so you can hold Kai's swords. So we can get him in the mech. So you got the swords clipped on there, and this is something I do always appreciate. I like when playsets think of, you know, places to hold weapons of the characters that are meant to be driving or operating, you know, whatever's in the set. And, you know, it's helpful from the perspective of someone who, I'm not really going to be playing with it, but I do prefer to have the weapons on the set as preferred to just chucking it in a bag with, you know, any other like weapon pieces I have and kind of just having it get forgotten about in a closet, you know. But you pop it open, very simple to get him in there, get him in a seating position, and then he's in, and you pop it on, and now he's operating the mech. Obviously not too complicated, but all in all, it's a solid little set for 10 bucks. I think you get 2 good ninja figures and a good Earth Monster figure, though I think, again, there should be one more included, but there's not. But definitely a worthwhile pickup if you're interested in the figures. You know, it's only 10 bucks. So that's all I have for this one. If you want to see more LEGO content, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, do all that, and I'll see you in the next one.